Yeah. If not sell me, not pink. All we're saying is not peak.
The problem is that how many marriageable women does Peak have? Out of curiosity.
Quite a few.
Well, the Peaks have been very successful in war, and so, as many other martial lords have sort of gone out into Dorne and died a whole damn lot, the Peaks have had not a lot of that. Beyond that, they generally live for a long time, so the current Lord Peak actually has both sons and grandsons, and the daughters that follows. That's sort of 3 generations of people having kids.
I can see why the Trants would be interested. They have a lot of marriageable women.
They only have one really important one, though.
Well, that's one more important one than it sounds like most people, including us, have.
We have one slightly important.
I would not even remotely consider that to be anything of importance.
And the other 2, one we gave away and one we gave away. So, there we go. Because we were too kind-hearted.
Yes, that's what we did. We gave.
Sounds like you tried to not have the Peak or the not have the Trans or the Ashfords win.
Now, the Ashfords would have been unthinkable, but
I mean, they're already installed that they were not invited to the meeting. So
yeah, fuck them. I don't care.
Fuck
like,
Ashford.
Ashford, it's never going to be anything there anyway.
Yeah, fuck them.
There's never going to be anything there anyway, so why did you say that they'd be allowed to come?
I didn't invite them.
I know.
They just showed up.
Yeah. That's just the same as, like, if you think something, it's as bad as doing it anyway, Jonas.
Silence, Jesus.
I'm about to flip this damn table like Jesus did.
What would Jesus do? Flip the table. Okay, I think then that is the meeting concluded, unless anyone else wants anything particular. Decim would linger and talk to some of these people, like, small talk and stuff as they hang around and drop off and things.
Are there anyone you want to be like, give the eye to, hey, linger?
I would linger to Salvin Tarley.
Okay.
Good old talk.
We'll leave together. I'm trying to convince Lionel about why this is a great idea.
It's a great idea, man.
Don Darian's like pinching the bridge of his nose. Like,
Yes, just
No. He's a child.
Carl, get over here.
Perhaps Emily has the...
Charlie
we
just
should
like
bring
fucking
Fowler.
stabs like his dad right through the neck right now.
There we go. Fixed.
Probably shouldn't bring
There's no shit you can do
Fowler.
about
Sam's
it.
gonna kill him.
Actually, there is. If he does that, I will have him
Oh,
killed.
Tali's dead. The steward of the marshes will
Is now,
propagate the land.
How will you have him killed? No one can hit him.
I can hit him.
I could hit him.
Get him, boys.
Bree.
I actually did hit him.
We have Bree waiting on the way out. That's that's where she's been.
Cracking knuckles.
Yep.
That's who I should marry. I thought about that more than once.
Sam Tarley.
I can tame him.
I mean, yes, you could probably
You
in the bed
definitely
chamber
could.
when he tries something, you will just
I
break.
mean, he is your cousin.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, that's far enough.
Ish.
Look, if there's going to be any
Targaryens.
complaints, I'll just point to the Targaryens. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
I'd say in the current regime, that is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Generally, people, though, the priests at least, are like, well, you shouldn't do that. And then, but the Targaryens, but they had dragons.
Yeah.
We
Well,
can't get
he-
away with saying that to them.
He
We can't
did
say
say
shit.
he wanted to bang. I forgot her name.
Catelyn.
Catelyn.
He said a lot of things to a lot of people.
Also
He
said that
sure
he was a knight.
did.
Yeah, he also said that he was knighted. Who knighted him again?
Some drunk.
A drunk? Great.
That's what he said, but he's-
I don't. Anything he says is poison.
Yeah.
Go talk to him. Let's see what happens.
I'm going to talk to Lord Tarley,
Well,
Probably get stabbed.
not his
Good luck.
idiot
You're
son.
sitting here.
do it.
Yeah. Listen, we'll sit down. Come on, we'll hop on the table.
Sure.
And we will look Salvin Tarley in the eye. And he will look very tired.
Why? Why the boy from Selmy? He hasn't seen a fight. More likely to run than stay in one.
I don't...
Should have picked someone else with more tactical skill.
This is not, I am afraid to say, my friend, not only an issue of battlefield prowess. We are in agreement that Peak needs to be stopped. This cannot be allowed for Peak to do. And so we need an alternative that is at least mildly acceptable to the other martial lords. We need someone who is perhaps untested, yes, but that also means, in my opinion, that he hasn't made as much trouble for the other lords. That would make him easier to accept. Our own house, even if we could at this point be elected to the position, would probably be unthinkable for the enmity with House Peak. If we forwarded ourselves, the Peaks would no doubt just attack outright to stop it. The same, I am afraid, would happen if I would have forwarded your name, my friend, is that Lord Peak would simply have killed you. The enmity runs deep.
I would like to see him try.
Doesn't smiles slightly.
If we muster our forces here now, we could do the same to him.
We could, and we could also bring down the
Hammer of pain upon him. Sort of looks over to a high table. Salaric. We have a Tyrell hostage. I'm sure he could be exchanged for.
Well, that's that's not. I wouldn't.
Table. Sam sort of frowns. I do not think that would be a good idea.
I would agree with. I would agree with you. Indeed, doesn't nods. No, this must be played as cleverly as we can. Peak is, if he gets it into his mind, he will try to kill us all, and I'm trying to maneuver him into a position where he simply cannot do that. He might not like Lord Selmy much, but he doesn't outright hate him. He doesn't burn with a passion to destroy him like he does us.
He will as soon as he, well, if Selmy ever has a chance of winning.
But at least then we can rally more people around Selmy. He's young, he's eager, and for all intents and purposes, he is, in my opinion, the most likely candidate to succeed against Peak, and that is all that matters at this point, is to stop him.
I suppose.
This is going to be
who have had the power to rule against Peak would have been nice, though, instead of someone who might just want to placate them.
He doesn't think for a second. I have not, in my talks with Lord Selmy, found him to be someone who likes to just placate someone. I found him to be quite proud and honorable, actually. If Peak tries something, my opinion is that Lord Selmy would take great umbrage.
Unless a soldier as renowned as Lord Peak was to flatter him, though that might not be very likely.
I think Lord Peak is incapable of that, but you never know, I suppose.
He has sons and grandsons. I'm sure there's one groveler in there somewhere.
I suppose they can't all be. I suppose they can't all be balls dressed up as men. Nevertheless, I would need to talk to Lord Selmy a bit further to perhaps try to steal his resolve in this.
Well, perhaps plan whatever siege you can. If he gets elected, then it will be too late at that point.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, I am happy that you understand my motivations in this, my friend. It was not a selection I did lightly. Believe me. He looks him in the eye very seriously.
Nods. I said I would go with what you thought was best. But there are limits to what sort of things I could follow. She'll sort of stand and give you a head nod. Says, some it'll be. Then begin to leave. Sam will sort of linger slightly. Maybe you want to talk to him about something.
Sure. Desmond could talk to him for a little
You're
bit.
not friends anymore. Did he just unfriend you?
No. It's still holding, but, he's just...
He just sort of lean against the table, smiling at you, and says,
Qualler hops away. He doesn't like him.
he doesn't. So, what do you want my old father to do in this circumstance?
Desmond looks at him.
Where would you like to have my house? Perhaps as a lapdog, just doing whatever you think is best. I'm sure he is itching to act on his own. Take this chance now and finish it. Once he commits, it'll be too late for you to not also commit. Says he could force your hand. Or he could not. See if she'll start to smile. So, who do you think would be the weight that could make it fall either way?
All right. Well, Desmond will engage in intrigue.
What,
Time to crush this fool.
What does Decim want? Don't fucking...
Desmond wants him to stop being a fucking idiot. No.
What do you want out of this intrigue?
Out of this intrigue, I want Sam Tarley's support for the idea of supporting House Selby. That's a good idea, and that's also in the interest of his own damn house. That even if his father would to die on the battlefield, it would still be like you need this as much as we do. Don't even try this, Don't even try this on me.
Bitch, please.
So you want him to get in line?
Get in line. Yep.
He's gonna kill you.
Get in line with the
That would
plan.
be
Here in my own hall.
service, I suppose.
He did it to Peak.
If
Or
he
tried.
tries, he will not be leaving here alive.
He might disagree with you.
He's a
We
very
can just
rational
we
man.
can just close the gate and he's
You know,
stuck in this castle.
I would be interested to see what would happen if he tried. Like, just the utter catastrophe of the situation would be great. But
You have a lot of guards around. So.
Yeah. And we can just shout from the entrance of our castle, close the gate,
What?
and
Then
it slams shut.
if
He
that
won't
is
go anywhere.
if that is so, how come he could do it to Peak? Try and murder someone and just leave?
Well, it was more of a, like, Gormy was prepared to go to war, rather than just kill a dude. Gormy was like, I'm
anyway.
going to destroy this place now.
yes, gain service, Malachi, please.
All right. Well, roll your status then.
Okay. Ha! Get wrecked. Desmond leads.
Jonas wins by 1, tells Kid to get wrecked.
Yep.
And he gets added to initiative.
Talk initiative. All right. Well, then Desmond will start by saying basically, it is not don't even try this on me, please. Like, we are in the same situation here. If you think that if Lord Tarley, like, if you think of what would happen even if you somehow get control over the house Tarley, you would be in even a worse position than we are. Like, you have tried to outright like murder the daughter of Gormy Peak. Like he will never forgive you, and he will do his utmost to see you. Don't be a fool in this. You need this, perhaps even more than we do.
And what would you say your disposition towards Samtali is?
My disposition towards him is what's like dislike, like what's the milder.
Indifferent, dislike, unfriendly, malicious.
Then I am
Malicious is you would stab his throat if you had the chance.
dislike is like I'm mildly annoyed by him.
Let's see what it says. It has from the book, like people, for example, Cersei dislikes her brother Tyrion.
Mhm.
That the kind of
That's a
willing to work together, but
Yes.
personal. You have an uncomfortable frostiness when you talk with one another.
That is Bree's natural disposition towards almost everyone.
You will not take risks to save him,
no.
and you may entertain conspiracies against him.
Yes.
All right. That gives you -2 for your roll.
Okie doke.
Fun fact, you don't actually like him.
And you're trying to convince him. Sounds like.
Yes, I'm trying to convince. Take a look at my character sheet because I did update that with all the smashing
Persuasion,
XP.
convince.
Yes,
All of the
indeed.
XP.
That was fine. Oh, it's a -2 also. So 22.
Let's see what that would be. A 3 degrees.
That would be your will rank times 3 then, Jonas.
15.
I don't understand how you could do so much damage with words, Jonas.
We're being very stubborn.
And very, very persuasive.
It strains the mind of realism.
I'm wrecking his brain.
I have to suspend my disbelief, murder.
He's
He
been
will
spending time in the psionic.
Frown as he gets frustrated with you. And he will look at you and say, perhaps you should have tried a different way of speaking to me. Perhaps offering me something would have gone better. And then he's going to quit the intrigue and leave.
As he leaves, he will basically say, "I am offering you a way out, Charlie. That's what this plan will get you. You will be alive. Should be worth something to you."
He's like, I already have a way out as he walks to the door.
We have Bree standing on the other side of that. Oh, not Bree. We have Nemo on the other side of that door, right? Ready to just stab.
See, this is the
Nah,
this
Nime's in the barracks.
this is my my problem here. Like when you're in an actual fight, you can't just walk away from it. You know,
Yeah.
it's very sad.
In a
How-
intrigue,
how
you don't
dare
need
he.
to suffer the indignity of an aggressive
That's
opponent. If you do not basically do anything that he cares about, people can just leave. Which is why generally stuff like bargaining and such is a thing. For people.
I
Like,
didn't
I'm
know
going to
it
bribe
didn't-
you, but I want you to do this for free. The guard might be like, no.
So, on the bright side, you all in the room witnessed his weakness.
That is true. Although we could have probably guessed his weakness. What was that?
I don't even know bribery was a thing, like a skill
Bargaining
to
is.
do.
Bargain.
It's that you would just
If you want to be like,
barging.
so how about, like, I want a daughter's hand in marriage and half your land. And you're like, maybe like a quarter of our land. That would be a bargaining intrigue where you would try to bid one against one. Which is why if you're going to talk to like a free city merchant, he's like, I think you should pay me the crown jewels for my ship. And you're like, you can either be like, that's ridiculous, no. Or you can be like, try to bargain with him. which he's probably pretty good at.
Oh yeah, there are repercussions determined. Maybe he isn't completely convinced, but he's not gonna go over there and just starting shit. Like the words maybe cling to him a little bit at least. I hope.
He's maybe not gonna go murder his father.
Let's hope not.
I hate him so much. He is so creepy and yeah.
I like him.
Say the word. We can arrange it.
Arrange
Oh,
what?
we can.
Yeah, arrange what?
Betrothal.
Really? You think that's a good idea?
No.
Bree
I think
would
it's a
snap him
terrible
like
idea.
a twig.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Well, yeah.
Time to feud with the Charlies.
Yeah.
Better. This is our chance while they're weak.
So what are we gonna do now?
I guess we see how our allies appear and try and convince them over the few months.
Well, when is this vote gonna
4
be?
moons.
4 moons.
4 moons.
In real life, actual big people thing where we use Fahrenheit and shit, that's 4 months.
Fahrenheit and shit.
I kind of guessed that, Griffith, but thanks.
I wanted to make sure to clarify that for everyone at home who's listening who didn't know what a moon was.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm sure
also-
you
What's a
weren't the only one.
moon?
And also,
That's
isn't months in Game of Thrones longer than a normal month?
No, they're the same thing.
Oh, week is the difference then.
Well, yeah, a week is generally not a thing. There are half moons, which is 15 days,
Okay.
which is half a moon, which is 30.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Turns
is a
out
moon...
that the person who made this universe didn't really care for making like overly complicated calendars.
Well,
It's fine.
So
He's
what?
not Gygax.
What are we gonna do now? Is this vote gonna be? Highgarden or
Nope, here.
here?
No, in the marches.
Oh, okay, I was like, at our
Right
castle.
at your castle, yes.
Oh,
What?
That
What's
is
that?
where it was declared. So that is where it will be held.
all right.
Shoot. So they're all gonna stay here for 4 moons?
Oh no!
Oh,
they'll
God,
go
no.
home,
God,
and then
no,
all
no,
come
no.
back, and then you serve them food and everything. Yeah, it's great.
Oh no.
God damn it! We need to spend. No, we need to, like, host more people again. Ugh.
You're so influential, though. I mean,
We are.
Oh
We
yeah,
can have a
we're-
whorehouse.
we
Or
are
a
influential
inn.
as fuck. though.
Who knows why he picked this spot?
Oh, I know.
Oh,
bitch.
I know too.
the
Can we
seat
start
of Caladan's
recruiting
greatest
our
defeat.
army now?
Oh god, do you think he's gonna bring
Oh,
what's his
he'll-
name? Air?
I
What?
wouldn't be surprised anything he does.
To be honest, if he brings an army,
No.
I won't be surprised.
Tina was asking about the actual official heir of House Caladan,
Yeah,
who
well,
was
let's
given
hope.
as award Halin Caladan, Sir
Yeah.
Halin Caladan.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I prefer not to.
As for what we're gonna be doing next, a primary and first goal of Team PC here is to ensure that House Caladan actually has a vote in determining who the next Lord of the Marshes is. Technically, it does. That vote is Halin Caladan, the Knight of House Peak. So,
Yes.
yes, Tina.
Well,
Yeah.
so what are we? Well, they would want the leader of the house to do it, but he's batshit crazy.
Yes.
That's the
And-
whole point. We either
No.
need the head or the heir, and the heir
Well, isn't
is
it
a
gonna
traitor.
be quite clear that the head of the house is not capable of leading our house anymore with this
Ye-
vote?
It would most certainly
Oh,
become
definitely.
capable in 4 moons' time, yes.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
what-
why we have to act fast. The plan here, Tina, is for us to discredit Halin as the actual heir of our household. We batted around a few ideas about that.
Yeah,
one of
I
which
heard.
would be, like, saying that Halin is a bastard, which would insult his mom, who is a Tarly.
Yeah.
The other idea that was suggested was to say that Halen has served in zero official capacity as an heir to the house and attempt to discredit him like that, which I think is shakier. You just get away with not offending the Tarleys.
What about saying that? What about saying that? Like our Lord had the affair instead and brought back the child, brought the child into the home, and just hushed his wife until she died, effectively.
Well, I'm sure everyone would be very interested in getting his personal take on that, since he's alive and certainly capable, is he not?
Dun dun dun.
Longfellow would be like, all right, we'll
true.
just fucking speak with Aaron himself. And like, oh.
Which then brings up a new issue because we technically gave over someone who wasn't
Yeah.
actually the heir of the house in good faith.
Yes, that would be even worse then. Like,
Oh, you knew this.
yes, because then Aaron would have known. And if Aaron knew, then that means that Peak didn't actually get the heir.
Yeah.
That would be directly against the word of Lord Tyrell at the time.
Dun dun dun.
Well, then it looks like we're gonna, like, our only solid recourse would be to upset the Tyrells, though. Not the Tyrells, the
What?
the Tarleys.
What?
Sorry, I'm getting my house names wrong.
We're not gonna upset the Tarleys more than
The
we already
T-names.
have, if we can.
How about you talk to your this complicated friend, Tali, about this whole affair, because he probably knows that we're in some heavy duty.
That's the thing. If we broach the subject with him, will he get outright offended if we talk about it?
Yes.
I think you should talk
Even if
to
we
him.
explain that this is to fuck over
it
Gormy?
would be, if we're gonna do this, I would get him into a room and I would try my damnedest to explain it to him. But
basically you're saying, like his sister is an
Yeah.
adulterer. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
But
yeah,
that-
she is condemned by the gods. It was what
That's-
we would say.
that's why-
All eternity.
We are stabbing him literally in the heart.
That's why I'm saying is if we just come out with that, he's going to be pissed.
But he's gonna
But
be
if
anyway. He's not
Well,
gonna.
yeah,
he's
but
not
it's-
gonna agree
he's-
to throw his sister under the bus like that.
Well, maybe he has a better suggestion how to make sure that Peak doesn't rule over.
Yeah, his
Caladan.
suggestion is to gather the forces and go and kill Peak.
Yeah, Tina.
Well, let's
his,
do that then.
Well, I
Is-
can't do that.
His suggestion was to, while Gormy is like not too far away from our castle with his 50 cavalry, to gather all of Caladan's forces and attack Gormy, which would end the house. Not Peak, us.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Because even if we kill Peak, then every other martial lord will be like, "You did what now exactly?" And they're gonna.
Longthorn's like, I'm a Djokovic.
Yeah, he will.
Comes a raven with a cap on on backwards and be like, "Yo, gonna choke a bitch." Drops the message and flies away.
The only better option I can think of is if Halen Caladan died.
Or we could frame him for a terrible crime, but that's even harder.
Well, we talked. That was discussed last week, and no,
Yeah,
that's
it's very
like
hard to do.
If we can get our hands on him, yeah, I wouldn't mind killing him. We need to track him
So-
down first.
How can I laugh at
How?
that?
But then, how can we even force his hand to actually come to us?
You know,
We don't
me.
need to. We need to know where he is, and we'll send assassins.
We don't even know this man.
No, he's not-
That's
it
the
has
thing.
been a decade since this castle has seen Halen Caladan.
Yep.
He is in enemy hands. He is the enemy.
Well,
Effectively.
I wouldn't say he's in enemy hands. He's like
He's just an
adult.
inconvenience.
He is in the enemy's warm bosom, being cared for.
Yeah.
Originally, Tina, he was a ward of House Peak when House Caladan lost in a fight. Then he
Okay.
became an adult, and he was knighted by Gorbian.
Did he have? Well, as a ward, he can't really leave. He has to stay there.
Not
He's
a
no
ward
longer a ward. He's an
No,
adult.
he's an
He's
adult.
choosing to stay
He
there
can
now.
leave. He's choosing to stay there now.
which is also something you would level against him on the incapable charge.
Yeah.
Like he's not a ward anymore. One thing when he was held prisoner by Peak, that's one thing. But when he was released, he didn't come home and didn't do nothing. He has shown zero interest. He might as well have just sailed off to Black Asai, for all we know.
If
He's
we
nowhere
get-
to be found.
If we get him here, do you think Maester Cole can make him an idiot?
I mean, if we get him here, I would first say I would try to convince him to actually come back to the house and enter into the fold again, because I think that's if it can be done, it's pretty cool. The thing is, I'm not sure it can be done, and in that case, I would rather just kill him if possible. That would be great. If he fell down a couple of stairs or his neck snapped or something, that would be awesome.
But yeah, Tina, that's the primary problem.
Well, I would agree that that is quite incapable. He's grown up and he's just riding around on a horse with a stick.
We're not entirely sure. At least I haven't tried to look into anything he's done in his adult career, because my character doesn't know him and doesn't really care.
I've tried.
Well, I don't know
in
him and
recent
I
years,
don't care.
but it's been nothing. Basically, I have my spy network up and running now, so we'll probably have an easier time finding out now.
Could almost die.
Yeah.
I know Dark.
Nice.
I think Dark's told me his character sent him letters and he never
all
answered
10 years.
Yeah.
And he never answered one.
Never one letter ever returned to this castle.
Could,
What a bitch.
for instance, if Ashra sent a letter to one of the peak castles, turns out to be where Halen is, demanding that Halen returns to Respite, because technically Tyrell's his, Ashra is his lord. Wouldn't he have to either respond with "I'm unfit to travel" or actually have to attend?
I have a feeling he's not there. You know where I think he is?
There's possibly.
Where?
Yeah.
You know how Lord Peak has a giant army with him?
I
In
was
that-
just
in
thinking that
army?
too.
If he's been knighted, it would make perfect sense that he is somewhere in that
I-
big mess.
I don't understand why Halen would not have shown himself then, and as the heir to the household, declare the house's support for House Peak. If that
That's-
was
I don't
true.
understand
Certainly
it
true.
either. Maybe he's
That-
not even
that would have
alive
been-
anymore. Maybe
would
he
have been-
died of syphilis or something like that.
Because what Grimmith said is what I would have done if I've had him. I would be like, you come with
Yes.
me, you prance out in front of all of these lords and declare for my
That
house.
that would have completely kneecapped us.
So maybe
yeah,
he's
no,
not.
we would have been gone. We would have been like, yep, cat, what, yeah.
Maybe
Okay,
he's
so
dead.
how about this for an example? How about this for an idea? We wait, say, a month, maybe 2 at the most, with Desson putting out his feelers to try and get, trying to get some word that Halen is still alive, or to where he is if he is still alive. So
Wait, do you want me to not do that?
no, I'm saying if we wait a month while you do that, because we have nothing really we can do.
You can do a
until
check
that
right
point.
now to see if you've heard anything. It's basically what your network represents. Do
Yeah.
your knowledge check and be like, do I actually know?
Let
Do I
me
have
look
heard
through my latest correspondence
Mhm.
to sort of sift through.
see
Sure.
what people talking about?
It'll be knowledge streetwise, I believe.
Do you have any street smart?
I do.
Yes,
Sure,
many.
I believe
Desson grew up.
In the ghetto.
Oh my
Yes. He's been on the streets.
Not that good though. But
What
it's
are
okay.
you talking? 17 is great. What are you
17 is
talking about?
great,
It's
what
just, it's just Bree and frickin' Ashra inflating the scores here. 17 is
Oh,
a
that
great
30
score.
odds.
Free and Ashra, yeah, no one else.
Yeah, no
Oh.
one else. Gee, thanks.
How long do you spend searching for information?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is if we spend like a month doing that.
You know,
I
maybe
mean, what I would want to do, like, personally, if we're going to do a time skip thing, then I would say Desson would spend the couple of days that is left of the tourney stuff to
it's
go around.
literally
talk-
because to know how much you learn, I need to know for how long you're
Well,
like, looking through your archive.
let me spell out my plan then. I would I would spend a few days before lords and stuff start disappearing from our place to go around and talk to different lords and try to like stealing their resolve in this plan. Basically, that's what I would spend the most immediate time doing. I can do some roles for that. Like it would be like you need to go against Peak, need to support Selmy. Like this is the only basically trying to do
If there's
that.
nothing else, you could at least make the argument that House Selmy would be easier to control than House
Yeah.
Peak.